What I'm doing here is splitting wood, obviously. All of this wood is many years old. It's been standing dead for 5 years, sometimes a little more than that, since when the emerald ash borer came through this area. You can see the wounds on the tree from the bug, them spots. So this stuff is really nice and dry. You can see the stuff that I split. It's splitting real easy because it's nice and dry on the inside. So what I'm going to do is take my splitting maul and split up as much as I really feel like doing. It'd be nice to do it all, but I don't want to overdo it. Then I have a log on the road that I need to cut. I'm going to take that cant hook peavy. Some people call it a peavy, some people call it a cant hook, and I believe some people call it a peavy cant hook. But whatever, it's just a cant hook. This rolls the log up and gets it off the ground. I especially need it back there because I'll be working on gravel at the end of the road. I do have to trim some of this stuff as well, so I'm going to have to whip out the chainsaw. Our stove has a 24-inch depth, so only a few of these. This one right here is probably 23. Let's see. Yeah, just under 23. And this one, definitely a little bit big, so I'll just cut this one in half. That one's a little too long. That one's okay. And I believe most of the rest of them are okay. Then I got this stuff here that I dragged up earlier in the year. I think I'll cut that down as well. And then I'll have a little bit of firewood so we don't have to use the furnace so much this winter. And it's going to rain tomorrow, freezing rain, and then snow right after that. So I dug out this used to be covering the top of that when we had that party here in the summer, and it got all shredded from the wind within a day or two, but that's what's left of it. So I'm going to get this covered up once I'm done. But I think first I'll get at the splitting of this stuff and let Miss Izzy tire herself out. She should be tired. We took a walk and I threw the stick for her the whole time, but you know, these border collies are just packed with energy. So she really needs to find her ball so she can do her own play. Go get your ball, honey. Ball. See, she doesn't know that. It's not as smart as you think. Okay. All right, I'm going to get this split, and then I have a full tree that I cut and stacked towards the end of the summer, which is down by the north pasture. So I'll go and pick that up too. It's not right by the road, so I got to walk in and pull the logs out, but they're all cut to the right length, so it's not going to be too hard. So it's going to be a day of firewood processing. Okay, that's enough before lunch. When I get back, I'm going to grab the chainsaw, dice this up, cut these two in half, that one as well. These two are punky, so I'm going to toss them. That's what, if you noticed when I was splitting them, they split down a little bit and then just pop off to the side. They don't split correct. That's because they're punky, rotten. Everything else is ready for the stove, all the right size. So when I'm done with lunch, I'm just going to grab my gear, head to the end of the road and down on the rock road down that way, grab the rest of the wood and bring it back. That's about it. And then go park this for the storm. She's been out this whole time. It's just me and her today. Everybody else went to Christmas celebrations, so I got that going for me. All right, I'm going to go have lunch, and she's going to go relax for a little bit. Okay, I'm back from lunch, and Izzy and I drove down here, took the gator. I held onto her the whole time, and she kind of stood on my lap. And then when we got here and I turned everything off, she did not want to go out that side. And I don't blame her after her incident a few days ago, or a week ago now. Okay, there is my cant hook. That's how they work. You hook it onto the log and roll it up and onto it. You've probably seen it before if you've seen me doing any of the clearing down in the oak savanna. So you take like 3 bites off of this, and then reposition the hook until you can't do it anymore. And well, I'm not going to take that stump. I'll throw it back there a little bit where it's out of the way. Let it rot. I got to hurry up. The sun is going down quick. I only took like an hour lunch, but there's not much daylight this time of year. So let me get going on this. Izzy took off while I was cutting. She probably ran all the way home, which is what she does. She's going to have kind of a shitty few days because it's just me and her for the next couple of days. And you really can't bring her to do anything. She takes off or sneaks away and rolls in crap or runs by the horses or like now just runs home. She's too little to be running home by herself. So, okay, I'm going to load this up and go lock her in her crate and then go get the other wood. Okay, this is the wood I got before, and where is that? Got another tree that fell right there. I'm not going to dice that right now, but we do have stuff right here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff falling, a lot of branches falling from these trees that were hacked and squirted. Oh, right on top of the fence. That's new. This is new. Oh wow, yeah. A lot of stuff fell recently from the winds. It doesn't take long. You can see how big these holes are here. These are from pileated woodpeckers, I believe, from some woodpecker, but once it's hollowed out like that, this is birch, or no, maybe that's aspen, I think. But once it's hollowed out like that, it rots so fast, and that whole top, it'll just break right where that hole is. Yeah, this area is going to be a mess, and what I need to do is come in, stack it into piles, burn maybe half of them, and the other half leave as a stack as a wildlife habitat. But it can't remain like this with dead trees everywhere on the ground. Not only is it going to be hard to establish the prairie grasses, but it'll be a hell of a fire hazard. I'll have to work on that this coming spring and summer if I can get the time. But here's my wood, and again, this is old dead ash. So once you get the bark off, the wood is damp, but it is dry, if you know what I mean. The cells have collapsed, so it's not green wood, it is seasoned wood. So I'm going to grab all of the top stuff. The bottom stuff is probably rotten, but we'll see. I'll get what I can and load up. Okay, that's it. Yeah, next year when I get down here to do the planting of the oak savanna grasses, the prairie grasses, a lot of these little trees, these have already been hacked and squirted like this one. You know, they're the perfect size. I really need to dice them up and get them at the edge of the road at least for next winter, and not just leave them where they lie. I should be able to take the gator right along the edge here, open up the fence and take the gator along the edge. I have a lot of downed trees in this pasture. I have at least 3. You can see one way back there. And then there's this one and that new one that fell right there. And there's a big one way in back. But I really do need a splitter. It's kind of hard to split all this stuff. Okay, that about does it. I got the gator put away, and I got my load dumped here. I got as much as I could under here for now. I guess this stuff's gonna get wet tonight, but I'll just put a couple more boards down and stack this up after the rain. It'll be fine. So tomorrow I got to get back at this foam stuff. Hopefully I can get the rest of the foam done tomorrow. It's a big job, but maybe I at least have to get all that stuff moved from one side to the other so I can get at that back part. So if you want to see that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put it in the comment section below. And if you give the video a thumbs up and or share it, it helps the channel greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.